want to introduce a very, very good friend of mine. He's also an author, a great example of how we can continue perpetuating the culture of grassroots activism safely until we all get the freedom that we so desire. You guys, please give a warm welcome to my good friend, John Skerritt.
Thank you, Robbie. Let's give it up for Rob Robinson, who is absolutely awesome. Robbie has been at this for a long, long time, you guys, and Robbie delivers the message. He is the man. If you want somebody to follow Rob Robinson's example. All right, like Robbie just said a few moments ago, what we want to do is we want to have a positive effect on the culture of marijuana. Okay, right now what happens is anytime you see a news article about marijuana, they're painting us like we're jokers, like we're clowns. Oh, the stoners, you know what I mean? They always have some kind of freaking joke, all right? That's one problem. The second problem is because marijuana has now become legal, you got a lot of newbies out there going to try pot for the first time. So what I did was I was thinking about these things and I decided to write a book to teach people for the first time, and then for people who are already getting stoned, about some different things to think about your life, to take your life in a positive direction, so when someone comes upon you and finds out that you get stoned, they're looking at how positive your life is, and they're thinking marijuana must be a good thing because your life is so positive. The best way to have a positive effect on culture is by taking our own lives in a positive direction, okay? All right, so the first thing I want to talk to you about is getting people high the first time. Now this is important, okay? Marijuana nowadays is quite strong. You've got dabs out there, you've got bubble hash out there, you've got strong stuff out there. For someone who's trying it the first time, you give them 5, 6 good hits off a dab, and they're headed for the ER sometimes because now they feel paranoid and anxious and afraid and they don't know what to do. And there's no way really to quickly make that stop. So let's not freak our brothers and sisters out the first time they get high. So in my book, which is called An Adult's Playground of Pot, what I teach is smoke pot with somebody their first time. Give them a single of marijuana, let them sit down in a calm, quiet environment and wait a few minutes to see if they feel any effect. If they don't feel any effect, give them another hit and wait a few more minutes. Feed them one hit at a time until they're just starting to feel it. And you stop. This gives an individual an opportunity to get used to the feeling of being high. If you do this with someone 2 or 3 times, their first couple of times, then you all know what happens. You get used to being high. You can do anything when you're fucking high. I go to fucking work high, I make my dinner high. Everything the fuck I do in my entire life, I'm the high. I'm high right now. Okay? So, I mean, you know, once you're used to it, you're just getting high all the time. But those first couple of times are critical. All right? So I want you to love your brothers and sisters. I want you to take it easy on them. Now, the next thing is, okay, we're all getting high. We've been getting high a long time. Let's add some things to your life that go along with getting high. One thing good about getting high is good for thinking. You ever sit down, get stoned, you were going to turn on TV, next thing you know, it's 3 hours later, you've been thinking, spacing off, they call it. But the fact of the case is, you probably thought of something cool, okay? So that's where they make fun of us, but spacing off is highly useful. Some of the most creative things in your life happen because you spaced off and thought of something, okay? So here are some things I want you to think about next time you're spacing off. Think about doing a gig for yourself where you're earning a little extra money. Think about eating a little bit better or sleeping a little bit better and setting a good example, not only for yourself, to yourself, but for those around you who are just partying too hardy. Things like this. Think about meditating while you're high. Because meditating while you're high, that's the shit. Okay? Sleep. All right? So what I'm talking about to you now is we want to change ourselves so that the culture around marijuana changes. As marijuana smokers, I feel that we should be the leaders. We should be the people that people are looking at going, oh, look at this motherfucker, he's awesome. They do it to me. I mean, I make a lot of jokes, you know, so I make people laugh. But the thing is, just by setting a good example with your life, you're changing their perception of the culture. One more thing you can do is, and I'm going to leave you with this, Robbie talked about positive activism. One of the things that I do is I scooch my tail onto the news sites and I'll look for an article about marijuana where they're saying something not so positive, and I'll get down there in the comments, and I'll write in just a couple of quick lines about how, you know, what they're talking about is bullshit, and here's the truth. And then what'll happen is from that point forward, people will be liking your comments, people will be commenting your comments, and now you'll get some things going. You get people's minds working. So what are we saying? We're saying, hey, we're going to change the culture. How are we going to change the culture? We're going to be responsible. How are we going to be responsible? We're going to act responsibly. We're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to take care of people who are getting high. We're going to be fucking leaders. Marijuana smokers are fucking leaders. Lead with me, everybody. I love you. I love you all. I'd like to thank Ryan. I'd like to thank Robbie. I'd like to thank all of you guys for showing up. You all are awesome.